Kevin, I don't know, we've heard some of your quotes from before, but when you've had a few moments to be with your family and whatnot there at the side, does that take some of this thing away?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what's most important. They're pulling for us, win or lose, and at the end of the day, we'll go home to our families. But it's this one will hurt for a while.
Is it particularly going to haunt you a bit the way the 8th end went?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we kind of wrestled away control, and we were tied up with plane 8, and we should win after that more than we lose, and just to give up a steal at 2, you're going to lose most of the time after that. So that was the big turning point.
Kevin, Ben was quite outspoken about the delay and what it caused to the ice. How do you prepare for a shot after that long of a delay with that magnitude in a game like this?
Well, I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, I felt fine. The only thing is you don't know what the ice has done, right? And we got a perfect time. Sounds what BJ said. We got 14-2, which with those 2 should never have been an issue. So I mean, you never know if that mattered or not, but it definitely didn't help. That's for sure.
You played a game the way you wanted it, really, for the first 7. Would you say?
Yeah, for sure. We'd played kind of a little more. I'd say defensive towards the end of the week, but we were playing well, taking our opportunities when they presented themselves, and Sweden played good, but we weren't really in a lot of trouble that game until 8. I thought once we got that steal, we really controlled the game, and really we just need a score in 8, and we're in really good shape. If we force them in 9, or even if they get a deuce, we're 1 down with coming home and have a great chance. So that 8th end really stung a bit, and you're not often going to come back against them. And after that, and they played well.
It's disappointing. I mean, you work hard to get to this point, and you obviously dream and foresee yourself being at the top of the podium instead of in that silver medal position. So it's difficult. It's a long road to get here. Winning the Brier is a super difficult task, and you want to take advantage of that when you get here, and we just fell 1 game short.
You've got the Hammer Tide playing 8, and you know that's where you want to be. Is it shocking to you a little bit that it went that way, that the turn of events happened?
Yeah, just some bad angles after Flash's first rock there, and it kind of looked like we were probably going to be in trouble for probably most of the end. Tried to get out of it, but just couldn't quite do it. And then Kev's draw there, I think he probably makes it more often than he doesn't, for sure. And you got the long wait with the handle there, and the side of the sheet was maybe a little bit frosty, and I think he threw it the way he liked it. I think the guys liked it out of his hand, and just couldn't quite get it there.
Do you think you'll look back with great memories when you get over this disappointment?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely will. I mean, it was a great week with the guys. We played our hearts out in front of a great crowd. As curlers, you don't get this opportunity very often to represent your country in your home country, and to have fans like this come out, and the building's sold out and making lots of noise. I mean, it's a pretty cool environment. Loved it.
Congratulations. You've won another one in Canada. Just describe what this means to you.
Yeah, it means a lot to us. I think this, for me at least, was the most emotional win. Felt like we were really dominating the whole event here, and then cruising through the semifinal almost, and then so a really similar situation as to the Olympic final. Getting a somewhat tricky start and kind of trailing most of the game, and then when we got that steal of 2, we all knew we were going to win that game. So it just felt amazing and so emotional.
Nick, how difficult is it to keep the pressure on Kevin in those last 2 ends?
Oh, it's really tricky. A lot of teams have tried, and it's really tricky. They are so good under pressure and so experienced. All those players are great players, great throwers, and they know tactically they know the game better than anyone. So they're really tough to beat, and we were lucky to turn that game around.
Nick, I know you know the numbers are very much in favor of them having the last rock in that 8th end when you're tied. You obviously were going for a steal. I can't imagine you could have asked for a better result.
Exactly. Yeah, we kind of talked about it. We if they wouldn't have made as good a come around on their first, we would have put up 2 center guards to really go hard for the steal or force. But he made it too good, so we kind of had no option but to try and freeze there. And then yeah, we got some good setups in that end, and then making that last in off, we kind of felt that was the do or die shot. We had to go for it, had to make it. Otherwise, we're not winning that game. So yeah, that was definitely the turning point. And then obviously tricky draw for him there on the wide in turn. It was definitely slower.
And you believe that it was a little slower because of the delay?
No. It was that side was slower the whole game because we didn't play as much on that side. So both teams knew that wasn't a draw you wanted to make because it was tricky. So yeah, I don't think I would have done a better try than him on that draw. So it was yeah, just unfortunate for him. He had to draw that in turn.
Nick, what happened with your stone in the 8th end there, and how challenging was it to stay focused during that delay?
Yeah, I think the handle was loose. I'd actually, I just noticed on my way back to the hack, the guys on my team, they kind of did the technical timeout sign and then stopped the clock, and they were just trying to put the handle back on, but then it broke. So they had to go get a new one, and it took like 5 minutes, and honestly, I've never been that nervous in my whole life. So it's, yeah, it was not a welcome delay, and then when I was about to make the shot, I was just like, trying to clear my head and then just slide out and technically make a good shot, good slide, and yeah, it worked out. So it's a bit of luck there, but definitely not a great feeling before the handle was fixed there.
Nick, you've talked about watching Canadian teams and modeling your game after Kevin Martin and all of these things, and now you become the first skip outside of Canada to win 4 championships. Could you have ever imagined this is how it would play out?
Obviously, as a kid, you're dreaming about winning these kind of events, and then pretty early on in our careers, we started winning international events. So obviously, we've had those kind of thoughts, and as you win one, and then you win 2, and then the talk comes around as well, especially in media. You get compared to others, and you see what others do before you and stuff. So obviously, we know what is going on, we know what's at stake, but it doesn't make it easier, that's for sure. There's so much on the line every time now, and now it's not like just winning that one game. It's getting into the history books almost for more than just yourself too. So definitely super proud of our performance this week, and our whole team for just under pressure playing really well and keeping the calm even though we were trailing this whole final. So amazing.